Under the blazing Kisumu sun, the city has transformed into a sea of humanity. Tens of thousands of mourners line the streets, packed shoulder to shoulder, waving flags, carrying portraits, and chanting the name of a man they revere as both a leader and a father figure, Raila Odinga. The air is electric with grief, pride, and the weight of history. For Kenya, this is not just a funeral procession, it is a farewell to one of the country's most enduring political icons. Security forces struggle to hold back the tide. People surge against metal barriers, desperate for a glimpse of the casket. Soldiers shout, urging calm, but emotion overpowers control. Some collapse under the heat and crush. Women and children faint, and medics rush to carry them across the pitch to safety. On the field, paramedics kneel beside the unconscious, fanning faces and checking pulses. The sound of sirens cuts through the wailing. Ambulances weave through the crowd to ferry the injured away. As the chaos unfolds, the focus shifts to the skies. A Kenyan military aircraft approaches, carrying the body of Raila Odinga from Nairobi to Kisumu, his political stronghold, the heart of his support, and the place where his legacy began. The crowd roars as the plane touches down. Even from afar, mourners strain to see. For many, it's the first and last time they will lay eyes on the man they call Baba, a nickname that transcends politics and speaks to his decades-long role in shaping Kenya's democratic identity. Soldiers in ceremonial uniform move with solemn precision, wheeling the flag-draped coffin down the runway. Television cameras capture every moment, the glint of the metal casket under the sun, the slow steps of the pallbearers, the bowed heads of leaders who once opposed him but now pay tribute. The coffin is transferred to a waiting helicopter, its rotors slicing the air as it prepares to lift off for Jomo Kenyatta Stadium. Below, the crowd erupts again. Ululations, tears, and the rhythmic pounding of drums echo across Kisumu's lakeside horizon. At the stadium, the scene is one of both mourning and chaos. Tens of thousands have gathered since dawn. The stands overflow. People climb trees, fences, even metal scaffolding just to catch a distant view of the ceremony. Some perch on rooftops, clutching photos of Odinga against their chests. The helicopter lands to a thunder of applause and chants of "Baba, Baba," echoing like a call to prayer. Soldiers wheel the coffin slowly across the pitch, past rows of mourners waving flags in the national colours, black, red, green and white. As the casket reaches the centre of the field, Raila Odinga Jr. steps forward. Dressed in black, his face is etched with sorrow and composure. He pauses before his father's coffin, then gently places a hat, a symbolic gesture recalling the elder Odinga's signature cap, worn through countless campaigns and protests. The crowd falls silent. It is a gesture that speaks louder than any speech, the passing of a legacy from one generation to the next. Behind the barriers, emotions overflow. A woman drops to her knees, clutching her face and sobbing uncontrollably. Nearby, another sits on the ground, exhausted, whispering prayers. Volunteers hand out water bottles, but the heat is relentless. Security forces on horseback try to restore order as fans push forward for a better view. Despite the tension, there's unity. Strangers hold each other upright, share shade, fan the fainting. For a brief moment, the divisions that have long defined Kenyan politics seem to blur. As the viewing begins, lines of mourners stretch beyond the stadium gates, kilometres long, snaking through Kisumu's dusty streets. The procession moves slowly, each person allowed only a few seconds to pass by the casket. Many touch their chests in respect. Others raise their fists or whisper blessings. Some simply stand frozen, overcome with emotion. Loudspeakers play hymns and liberation songs from Odinga's political heyday, reminders of the battles he fought and the dreams he never saw fulfilled. Born into a family of revolutionaries, Raila Odinga's story is woven into the fabric of Kenya's struggle for democracy. From years of imprisonment to his repeated runs for the presidency, he remained a symbol of resistance, a man who never stopped challenging the system. His supporters saw him as a visionary, his critics as a tireless agitator, but even they acknowledge one truth today: his absence leaves a void few can fill. Outside the stadium, scenes of mourning continue. Vendors sell flags and portraits. Children climb onto vehicles to wave at passing motorcades. Along the main road, murals of Odinga have been freshly painted, his face alongside slogans like peace, justice, freedom. churches toll their bells in unison. In neighbourhoods across Western Kenya, radios broadcast the ceremony live. Entire villages gather around small speakers, weeping as they listen. The mourning is not confined to Kisumu. It is national, collective and raw. As the sun sets, long shadows stretch over the stadium. The crowd, though weary, refuses to leave. The chants begin again, quieter now, more like a hymn than a protest. Baba, Baba. The name echoes into the dusk. It's as if the people are trying to hold him back from the final journey, unwilling to let go of the man who spent his life fighting for them. Journalists on the ground describe the day as one of the most emotional Kenya has seen in years, a mixture of sorrow and celebration, of pain and pride. For many, Odinga's passing marks the end of an era, the last of the great independent sons who bridged Kenya's colonial past and democratic present. The government has promised a state funeral, with delegations from across Africa expected to attend in Nairobi. But for the people of Kisumu, today's farewell is the one that matters most. This is where his journey began, where his spirit was forged, and where it now returns, not as a politician seeking votes, but as a son coming home. As night falls, the stadium lights flicker on. The coffin, now surrounded by candles and wreaths, rests beneath the Kenyan flag. In the crowd, songs rise again, freedom songs, sung softly, their words drifting through the humid air. Some people kneel, others raise their hands to the sky. It's a moment of collective catharsis, the kind that transcends politics. The medics, soldiers and volunteers who have worked tirelessly all day finally take a moment to breathe. They stand by the gates, watching the last mourners pass through. Even they seem moved, their faces reflecting fatigue and reverence. From the stands, young men wave smartphones, recording the moment for history. We were here, they say. We saw him go. For them, Odinga's life was not just a story told in textbooks. It was lived reality, marked by rallies, protests and dreams of a fairer Kenya. As the final prayers are recited, Raila Odinga Jr. steps forward once more, joined by family members and close allies. Together they bow their heads beside the coffin. The cameras flash, a final image of unity and farewell. The military band plays the national anthem. The crowd joins in, voices breaking but proud. Then, as the anthem fades, the coffin is lifted again, carried slowly back toward the waiting hearse that will begin the final journey to Odinga's ancestral home. The crowd parts, some kneeling as it passes. The chants rise one last time, Baba forever. In that sound and of grief, devotion and endurance lies the legacy of Raila Odinga, a leader who lived for the people and who, in death, unites them once more. The images fade, but the echo remains, a nation mourning, a generation remembering, and a voice that will never truly fall silent.